Guys, keep it going for all the old people that you have seen before me tonight. Yes, and shout out to Tumbleroot for picking them all up from the senior center, whatever the hell. That's so dope of them to do. God, I'm happy for them. They're all up here. Because either this is what it is that either they made a really bad decision in doing this shit too late, or I'm getting like a head start on it. You know what I mean? It's like one of those two. Santa Fe, how we doing tonight? Yeah, you doing good? I know, and I'm so glad to fucking be here right about now. It takes about 30 whole seconds for the front row to start looking at me like, oh shit, I didn't know you could buy Pete Davidson at Target. But you can do that. You can indeed do that. I'm very glad to be here though. I'm glad to be out of my city for a minute. I'm from Albuquerque. I'm very glad to be out of there. I'm pretty sure I gotta get the fuck out of my city. I might need to leave my state. I might need to move. It's not that I don't like New Mexico. I love it here. This is like my home. I love New Mexico. It's just that I'm like 95% certain that my girlfriend is fucking Ron Bell. So there's that, and I don't think I can keep like driving down I-25 on my way to work and seeing that fucking mustache. I'm thinking about calling the Lerner and Rowe guys and getting some gang shit involved. Thinking about doing it. My life is bad, but I just figured it out. I'm super happy to be in Santa Fe right now because I figured it out on the way up here. Why they call this state the land of enchantment. Like I finally figured it out because it's northern New Mexico, right? I've only ever been to southern New Mexico, and I'm like 100% certain that nobody's ever been kicking the trailer door open on their parking Belen and just been like, hey fool, you know it's kind of enchanting, all the not shit out here, you know what I mean? Like the nothing at all. Like nobody's ever getting stabbed in the neck in Socorro, and they're just like, abracadabra, Holmes, you know what I mean? Like, abracadabra, full fucking nobody. Ever done that, but I just went to Belen for the first time. Anybody here from Belen? Anybody whatsoever? Okay, get the fuck out. Go back down there. We don't need that shit here. I know that we don't need that shit because I went back to Belen and I wanted to see if you guys were up to the same shit that y'all been on, so I picked up a newspaper and I wanted to read the headline, and on the headline it just said, Belen High School seniors steal a Bud Light truck and take it down to the river as a senior prank. And I was like, senior prank? That's a felony. That's what that shit is. That's not a prank. I remember pranks. They were like, hey, how many balloons can I fit in a locker? Never did it occur to me to go up to San Alvarado and be like, hey man, you want to go steal a Kia Sorento full of meth? What do you think? Just take it down to the Bosque. It's on Sandia High School. You know, like never did that shit ever occur to me. I don't know, but I'm 24. Is there anybody young in this audience right? Yes. We have a couple people. Hey, you got a couple cuties in the front. Shit. I'm looking for my Ariana Grande later. You know what I mean? Fucking Pete Davidson joke again. That's what that was on you guys. Yep, it's two of those now. There's a couple differences between me and Pete Davidson I would really like to point out about Pete Davidson. One of those differences, Pete Davidson is a dad, right? Pete Davidson doesn't have a dad, right? He does not have a dad. And I do have a dad. And we all know people that don't have dads. It's like they just have a lot of tattoos and shit, you know, like just tattoos, and it's like a blessing to have a dad. I'm very aware of that because one thing I've learned in my like experiences is that people that don't have dads always have better drugs. Always have better drugs, but people that do have dads have better Christmases. So it's kind of like a trade-off. Like you kind of gotta pick your poison with that one right there. But I'm just a super lost little Pete Davidson out here. Like I'm just always doing dumb shit. I was talking to a coworker the other day and he was telling me, he was like, well, first he was talking about Albuquerque, New Mexico. He was telling me, he was like, Albuquerque, more like Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was like, hey, we do heroin too, okay? Like there's a lot going on in my city. It's not just those two things. There's three of them at least, you know, three whole things. But I was talking to him, he was also telling me, he was like, you'll never meet a black guy named Dick. That's true. Am I wrong about that? Has anybody ever met a black guy named Dick? I was telling him though, but there's got to be a couple of them. So we started arguing, right? He was like, you'll never meet a black Dick. And I was like, there's definitely a black Dick. So what did I do? I went home and I Googled it. I looked up black Dick. So there's a lot of black Dick. So what did I do? I went home and I Googled black Dick. But I'm 24 and I was happy to learn that little bit of information, you know? Because like, 24, it's like a lot like being 12, you know? Like, like, I don't know, nobody listens to me and I'm always drunk as fuck, you know? Like, I feel like I can get drunk very quickly. Was that your 12 too, or am I the only one from Albuquerque? Is that just me? There's another guy in the back, I can't really see. I think that's Evan Galper. Shout out to Evan over there, yeah. He came out here singing some wild shit a little while ago. Fucking brought out that Billy Gay Cyrus on us, I think. I'm just as not proud as I am proud of that joke somehow. I don't know. It's like a good mix there. But it's like weird. Like, is anybody else kind of losing their mind a little bit? It's been pandemic, right? You guys are you're kind of losing your mind a little bit right there, right? You right there. You look like all of Cobra Kai in one person right there. I think that's cool. Good for you. Shout out to your homie over there. You look like you invented Facebook and Twitter, so that's cool. It's like we got a lot of productivity in the front row right there. And meanwhile, we got glasses over there, which are cool because that means you can probably read. So shout out to her. I'm the only one, all right? Okay, the only one from Albuquerque, Sam Alvarado. Real quick, shout out to Sam Alvarado, right? That guy came over here and did his name. That's my roommate because all Albuquerque comedians live in a porta potty together. I'm pretty sure that's my roommate right there, which is cool for me because it means that I can answer yes to the question, have you ever lived with someone who looks like they sell shotguns out of their truck? So I can answer yes to that question right there. But yeah, shit's going good at 24. You might think it wouldn't be, given that I kind of look like someone who knows a good skate park to sleep at later. It's because I do. I really don't know what I was thinking when I picked out this outfit today. Like, I look like I'm gonna blow the Plan B skate team later. Like, you know, like I do not know what the holes. Who put the holes in my jeans? It wasn't me. I buy my stuff from Savers, and clearly whoever I'm buying my shit from Savers gets a lot more pussy than me, or action rather. Not a lot of that going on, because I'm 24 and I just got all kinds of weird shit like up here at all times. Like I'm losing my mind. It was August recently. it was August at some point, and that man is dressed like it is gonna be August for the rest of the year, and I think that's awesome. That's awesome. It was August recently, and I had a song in my head, and you're kind of losing your mind. Have you guys ever had a Christmas carol in your head in the summer? Has that ever happened to anybody in this room? Yeah, you right in the front row. I had one recently, and I had a song, it's called 12 Days of Christmas. It was in my head all summer. I could not get this shit out, and that's why we're gonna go through it, because while I was playing this shit over, I realized that this is the most insane piece of Christmas carolry that has ever gone down, and I want some audience participation while we identify how stupid this shit is, alright? So you guys all know this song, right? It's 12 Days of Christmas, right? So we're just gonna start it from the top. On the first day of Christmas, what does my true love give to me? Right there in the front. Partridge in a pear tree, that's right. What is that? That's a bird in a tree. You guys are looking at me like you get birds for gifts often. Is that a Santa Fe thing? I don't understand who's getting a bird for a gift in this room. We're gonna go to the second day of Christmas and assume there's more natural gifts, right? Second day of Christmas, my true love gives to me 3 total birds. That's what we're at. Yeah, 2 turtle doves is 3 birds right now. So you're at 3 and no one's really looking at me like you don't not get birds all the time. So we'll go to the third day of Christmas. Third day of Christmas, what true love gives to me is 3 French hens, 6 total birds. This is crazy, right? Is this not a little bit crazy? I want you to imagine if this was a holiday and if you just opened a stocking and just a bunch of birds flew out of it, like a scene from Mary Poppins, and pretend that's a normal Santa Fe Saturday, I assume. Fourth day of Christmas, though, my true love gives to me 4 calling birds, which is 10 total fucking birds, is what I'm saying. A whole lot of birds, like a crazy amount of birds. Have you ever had 10 of those? I want you to imagine one right next to me right now. Now imagine fucking 10. There's a whole lot more than one. We're gonna go to the 5th day of Christmas. What does my true love give to me? 5 golden rings, right? That would be dope. If I didn't have to pawn them all for bird feed. I have 10 birds, I want to remind you. We're at 10 total birds, and we're going to the 6th day of Christmas where there's more days of gifts. So the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gives to me 6 geese a-laying. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're at 16 birds right now. I'm doing the math for you, a lot of birds, 16 of them. And they're laying. What are they laying? More birds, 16 plus. We'll just put a plus there. Just a little plus, 16 plus birds, the 7th day of Christmas. What does my true love give to me? 7 swans a-swimming. I'm not making this up. This is actually the song that you all sing to your children right now. We're at like 26 plus birds, 5 golden rings. Those are long gone. I have a title loan out right now. I had a studio apartment at one point, but now I got 25 birds, so gotta upgrade there. Go to the 8th day of Christmas. What does my true love give to me? Maybe some chocolate or lube. It's like normal shit. My 8th day of Christmas. 8 maids a milking. Those are 8 women with breast pumps to whoever just screamed woo. I don't know where you get a woman, but she's on a breast pump. I don't know what she's feeding, but it's probably a bird, right? Like we're at 25 of those still, I'd like to point out, plus 8 women. So whoever had this shopping, let's go to the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gives to me. 9 ladies dancing, that's 17 women now. We're at 17 human beings. 26 plus birds, which is crazy how this person even got 17 women because, like, I have 1 woman right now and she has at least 4 dudes, so I'm pretty sure I don't have 1 woman right now. But he's got 17 of them to spare and just throwing a studio apart. 10th day of Christmas, my true love gives to me is 10 lords a leaping. That's 10 dudes that need Ritalin. That's what that is. I don't know where you get 1 dose of Ritalin, I clearly need it, but I don't know where you get 10 of those. All of a sudden, we're gonna go to the 11th day of Christmas and assume finally chocolates and lube, right? The 11th day of Christmas, my true love gives to me 11 pipers piping. That's 11 flute players. I want you not to be calm right now. This is not okay that you're gifting flute players. What do you do with 1 flute player? What do you do with 1? Like, I don't think you do anything, but now there's 11 of those dudes in my house, and we're gonna go to the 12th day of Christmas and hopefully get a restraining order. But on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gives to me 12 drummers drumming. I got a drum set one time when I was 11 years old for Christmas, and I swear to God, the next weekend my parents got a divorce. So multiply that times 12. I don't know how you gift all of this to a human being. What kind of Satanist symphonic bird brothel bullshit you just dropped on a human? That's just really not okay though. But that's what's going on in my head. I want you guys to give it up for all the comments you guys received tonight. I've been Tyler Lovely. You guys have a safe one. Tip for bartenders.
Alright, we're gonna bring up everyone that you saw tonight just to remind you how good of a time you had.